All right, colleagues, good afternoon. Scalping Trading School welcomes you all. I'm really glad to see you here today at our mini seminar on a very important topic, cybersecurity for traders and the crypto community. Some of you already know me, but for those who don't, my name is Julia, and I am a mentor and also the head of the English direction at Scalping Trading School. And today, guys, we are going to talk about something that is honestly one of the most underrated topics in crypto, in trading as well, and in any kind of online work. It is a cybersecurity. Let's be honest, most beginners think their main problem is that they don't know how to trade. They don't understand charts. There is no understanding market mechanics, not knowing how to choose assets, how to enter, exit, or place stop losses. Yes, all of that is important, no doubt. But there is one problem that can hurt you much faster than bad trading ever will. And that problem is lack of basic cybersecurity. Okay, so you can be a beginner, you can be advanced, it doesn't matter. If your security is weak, you can lose everything in one moment, not because of the market and not because of something you didn't do, but because of your own vulnerability. Now, before we continue, I just want to briefly share what's happening in our school right now, okay? That just in 2 words, quickly. In the moment, we have opened enrollment for our advanced program, Viking. This is the next level where we focus on serious work, deep skill development, and real results. And on top of that, we have also decided to open enrollment for personal mentoring. Yes, this is one-on-one work with a mentor, fully tailored to you, your level, your goals, your pace. So if you don't want to just try trading, but actually want to understand it, master it, and start earning, you are very welcome to join us. All right, colleagues, let's talk about this seminar. To be honest, I've been planning this intensive for quite a long time. And the reason is simple. We kept seeing the same problem again and again. A huge number of people are facing cybersecurity issues. So that's why we decided to create this mini course for you to give you a foundation, understanding, and protection so you become much more prepared in these situations, And honestly, this is important not only for you, but for us as well, because we want to feel confident and calm about our students, and about everyone inside of our community. So now, guys, let's be real. This is market. And no matter how it sounds, the market can punish you, but it does it fairly. You can take a loss. It usually means somewhere you made a mistake, somewhere you lacked knowledge, somewhere you didn't understand something, I don't know, the mechanics. You didn't hold your position, or you broke your own rules. Yes, it is unpleasant, of course, but this is normal. This is a normal part of the journey when you are learning and become a trader. That's okay. But scammers, they play a completely different game. They don't teach you. They don't give you a second chance. So they don't help you grow. They simply look for moments when you get confused, scared, when you react, I don't know, emotionally, and you are afraid to ask questions, or for example, you start looking for an easy way. Everybody wants easy way, and they feel it. And that's exactly where they hit. Exactly. What they do, they take your accounts, your assets, your money, and your personal data, and sometimes even your reputation, yeah, because they start messaging other people from your account. So what I want from you today, colleagues, is the right mindset. This intensive actually is not about fear, it's not about saying everything is dangerous, trust no one. No, this intensive is about something else. It's about learning to recognize patterns in advance, understanding how these schemes actually work, and building a calm, mature reaction to any suspicious situations. Why? Because the truth is actually that most scam schemes are actually very primitive, they are not smart. They just hit your emotions. And until you understand that, you are vulnerable. And after this intensive, you shouldn't just walk away thinking, yeah, scammers exist. No, you should live with a completely different state. Like, I understand how this works now, and I'm not an easy target anymore. All right. Okay, let's get you involved right away. So, and do a quick check. I think just write down honestly in the chat who has already received messages pretending to become to be someone from our team, for example, or maybe somebody was offered signals, or maybe discounted training, maybe somebody received strange links, or who has faced any kind of suspicious messages at all. Let's see how common this really is. Yes. Yeah, please drop some pluses in the chat, honestly, if this happened to you. Let's see what we have got. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, not just once, right? Yeah, many times. I receive this kind of messages almost every day, So, now, guys, just imagine for a second. Imagine how many of these attempts are happening every single day. Because this is something we deal with constantly. Our team, our security department, and the whole community overall. That's why today's topic is not just relevant, colleagues, it's essential. And before we move into specific scam schemes, we need to understand one very important thing, the foundation. Yeah, because if you don't understand the principle, you will see all of these as just random cases. But what we need is to see the system behind it. So let's start with the main principle. Okay, I prepared already. I won't write today anything. I prepared all of it, so in order not to spend some more time. So the main principle in most cases, you are not being hacked. You are giving access yourself. Yeah, let me say that again because this is critical. In the majority of situations, a person is not technically hacked. They voluntarily give access away. And yes, this is not the most pleasant truth actually, but it's a very important one, because when people hear the word hacking, they imagine what? Something like, like in movies, right? A super hacker, some complex software, dark screens, or green code running, some kind of advanced cyber tech. But in reality, it's far more simple, yeah. Most of the time, the scenario looks like this. Someone messages you, tells you something convincing, leads you somewhere. So what you do, you click a link, enter something, confirm something, and that's it. Game over. Technically, you open the door yourself. Yes, you give access. And that's exactly what a scammer needs. They don't always need to hack any system. They just need you to take the right action. Right? So, for example, you enter your passwords yourself. You send a verification code, you share your email, you confirm a login, you click a fake link, you start a conversation and get pulled into the scenario, you know, and then person he says, "I got hacked." No, but in reality, they weren't hacked. They were psychologically manipulated. And here's the key point, guys. Pay attention, please. The main attack vector is not your computer, not your phone, not your exchange, and not even the app. The main attack vector is your psychology. They don't attack your device first, they attack your mind. So, what exactly do they attack actually? They attack your trust, your fear, your greed, urgency, curiosity. Yeah, so they attack as well your desire to get helped, your fear of missing an opportunity. And what's happening if a person doesn't have a clear internal rules, they become an easy target. Yeah, very easy. And no matter how much we don't like it, that's just the reality. Why? Because scammers never come with a sign says, "Hi, I'm a scammer, nice to meet you," right? So no, they come in some form, you know, and usually that form looks like, I think all of you know about it. These forms look like help, care, urgency, opportunity, friendliness, yeah, support, normal and polite communication. So the first thing I want you to understand today is this: security is not just about technical settings. It's primarily about your behavior. If a person is calm, knows the rules, doesn't rush, doesn't send anything to anyone, and knows how to verify information, it is very hard to scam them. But if a person is nervous, in a hurry, afraid to make a mistake, hoping for something easy, what else? Embarrassed to double click check, for example, thinking, what if this is a real chance? Then they are vulnerable, very vulnerable, colleagues. And that's why we are not just going to go through schemes, you know, we are going to break down how scammers get into your head. Because once you understand the mechanism, you start looking at messages, links, offers, and helpers in a completely different way, you know. And now, based on this, let's lock in a very important rule about your communication format. You must always stay attentive and alert. And we need to clearly define what normal communication looks like. Okay, so let's make this very clear and fix it as a rule. It's like very important just to remember this. We never call you first. We never ask you to join any Google Meet via private message link. Not for your password, for verification codes. We never ask for personal data in strange formats, you know, and as well, we never ask you to confirm anything through unclear or suspicious pages. All official communication goes only through the bot. This is a very important rule, just remember. And this is not a recommendation. No, this is a rule. print it, please, and save it. Keep it in front of you. Because scammers are no longer primitive, they have evolved. They can fake verification pages, I don't know, copy profile pictures. They create similar usernames, imitate our communication style even. And if you're a beginner, you might think, oh, it looks legit, probably one of the team. And that's exactly how the trap works. The key problem is you don't see an obvious threat because they communicate very calmly, confidently, sometimes even very politely. But here is what you must understand. If someone messages you privately on behalf of a project, school, admin, mentor, manager, support, I don't know, this is already a reason to activate your internal stop. Just stop. Not because every message is a scam, but because in security you cannot rely on feelings. Seems okay, doesn't work here. Only verification works. Okay? So, what does a correct mature reaction looks like actually? It's very simple. You don't engage in long conversations. Don't try to figure out in private chats. Don't guess if the person is real or not, Don't click any links or share any data. You just go to the official bot and verify everything there. That's all. This is a critical skill because many people lose access not because they didn't know what a scam is, but because they felt uncomfortable asking again. For example, they think of what if I'm bothering them? It feels awkward to double check. They sound confident. Maybe I really need to act fast. Yeah, that's the questions. And remember this, it's better to verify 100 times through the official channel than to lose access once because you hesitated. Why? Because after that it's too late, you won't have anything anymore. And it hurts. Yeah, actually it hurts. Okay, now since we have defined what normal communication looks like, let's move to actual schemes. And again, this is not a recommendation, okay? This is a rule, and you should act according to it. Okay, now let's talk about the scams out there. What kind of schemes are they running and how do they look in practice for us? I mean, how do they look like? Okay, so okay, that's not a recommendation. Let's go on. Fraud schemes, how they look in practice. So, and scheme number one, what I want to say about, let's do it like this. Scheme number one, I'm from support or I'm from administration, right? This is one of the most common schemes. You receive a message from someone who claimed to be support, admin, manager, mentor, or part of our team. They write very confidently without mistakes. Sometimes they have a realistic avatar, a very similar username, and everything looks legit. Then the story begins. For example, they can write, you have an issue with access, let's help you. Let me help you, okay? Or we will help you to set things up. Or something like, you have a connection error, you need urgent verification. Let's jump on a call, we'll guide you through. And what happens inside you? You think, oh, something is wrong. I need to fix this urgently. I have some mistakes. I have to do something with this. And here is the person. And that's exactly the state the scammer needs. Then they send a link. Usually it's a fake Google Meet, fake or fake login page, fake verification form. And here is, then after that comes the key moment, they ask you to enter your email, enter your password, or share a code, confirm something, dictate your data. Guys, remember this very clearly. If someone asks for your password, verification code, email access, or login data, this is not help. This is an attack. It doesn't matter how polite they are, what avatar they have, how convincing they sound. No real support team will ever ask for this. Remember this. This is very important, guys, please. I've even had cases where students send me their passwords themselves, without even asking me. I immediately delete it and say, what are you doing? Don't send it to me. This is not right. Please don't send it to anybody. Why? Because people in a moment of stress start acting unconsciously. They just want the problem solved. And that's exactly how mistakes happen. Guys, just understand this. Everyone gets these messages. No one is immune, And this is exactly where most people lose access. And why does it work? Because scammers create stress. Exactly stress. They need to do that. They create such a picture like there is a problem, it must be solved urgently. We are helping you. And that's it. Critical thinking turns off. The person stops analyzing and just follows the instructions. This is a manipulation. So, what should your reaction be if something happening like this? It's very simple. You just remember in that time. Don't enter anything. Don't send anything. Don't click anything. Everything you need to do is take a screenshot and contact the official bot. That's it. And nothing else. Nothing else at all, I hope this is clear, colleagues, about this first scam. Like about I'm a support or I'm an administration. Let me help you. Right? Okay. Then let's move on. And now I want to tell you about scheme number 2. Let's see, what is it? Here is it. Here we go. So, this is scheme number 2. You've got a discount, free access, or special conditions. I'm pretty sure many of you have already faced this, right? This is a very popular scheme. But unlike the first one, it's not built on fear. It's built on benefits. So instead of scaring you with a problem, they attract you with something pleasant. They might write things like, we have a special discount just for you. Exclusive conditions only for selected users. We can offer it cheaper. You've got free access. We can arrange it almost for free. You are lucky, there is a closed opportunity just for you. And here, colleagues, a completely different emotion kicks in. No fear. This time that's exactly, yes. It's greed. Or even more precisely, that feeling of, wow, what if this is a real opportunity? that feeling. I think everybody knows that feeling, right? And here is a very important detail. They don't always scam you immediately. Very often they start by simply pulling you into a conversation, like this, slowly. Very friendly tone, casual questions, like communication, building trust step by step. Just a little bit of trust, that's all they need actually, because yes, they understand psychology very well, very well. And then comes the offer, time limitation, sense of exclusivity, And after that comes one more button, pressure. Only today, only now, don't miss it. These are very strong, I would say, pressure words. And step by step, they lead you exactly where they need you. And where is it? To a payment, to a transfer, clicking a link, sharing your contact details, registering on a fake page or some other scheme, And now here's what really actually matters. The moment someone starts rushing you, this is already a red flag. Urgency is one of the main tools of scammers. Why? Because when a person is in a hurry, they stop thinking. When we are running somewhere, we are hurrying, we cannot think about anything because we need to reach somewhere. And this works everywhere, not just in trading, So let's lock in a very simple but powerful rule. If they rush you, you don't speed up. You don't speed up. You opposite. You slow down. Okay, no faster decisions, but a pause. This is also important. Just lock it in. Why? Because real legitimate processes, they are never built on panic, or pressure. If something is truly real, it won't disappear in 3 minutes, Just think about it. It's not going anywhere. So if you feel rushed, that's your signal to stop and think. Okay? I will send all of this picture in the chat, in our chat, So don't worry. Okay, let's go to scheme 3. Let's see what we have here. I think everybody know this, free signals. Yeah. This one is a classic in crypto. All of you, as I say, have probably all seen this at least once. At least once. What they do, they tell you, we give free signals. You trade yourself, you don't risk anything. If you profit, just share some percentages. If you make money, just say thank you. It's funny, right? We will give you entry points. You just take the profit. That sounds nice, right? Especially for beginners. And how does a beginner think, actually? It seems convenient. Why not? Why shouldn't I try it? I don't really know how to trade, yes, and here they will help me. Perfect, right? But let's be honest. What about actually happening there? The person giving you a signal, this person doesn't risk their own money, They don't risk their own money. They don't take responsibility for your results, and they don't cover your losses. They don't make the final decision for you. They just name some level. And if the market goes up, they look like a genius. If the market goes down, they are, well, that's your problem. So what do we have? The money is yours, the risk is yours, the responsibility is yours, but the influence on your decision is theirs. That's a very bad construction, actually. And more importantly, this creates a very harmful mindset. Okay? You stop thinking for yourself, you stop analyzing the market, understanding what you are doing, and instead you start looking for who will tell me what to buy. Where is the entry? Where is the exit? How do I make money quickly? Right? So that sounds also attractive, but you will never become a trader this way, you know? Never. And yes, we could also give signals. Truly, I'm saying absolutely truly. It would be very easy, but we don't do that. Not because we cannot, but because we are building real traders, you know? We want people, we need traders who understand the market, who can make their own decisions, and of course, who can grow with us and operate as part of a strong team. We need a strong team. We want together all people, you know, all traders. That's what we are looking for, and that's what our goal actually. So, and if you become a trader, colleagues, you must understand why you enter a trade. Okay? Not because someone wrote buy in Telegram somewhere or someone sent you a signal, but because you understand the logic. Otherwise, you will always be dependent on something. And a dependent person is a perfect target, actually. That's true. For what? For market and, of course, for scammers. I hope that's clear, guys. Okay, good. I want you just to remember that trading, it's a long journey. It won't happen quickly. If somebody wants to become a real trader, he has to be patient. He has to practice, make mistakes, analysis, make analysis, you know, and grow day by day. That's how you become stronger. But these quick signals, it's nothing. Okay, let's go on. So scheme number 4. This one is softer actually, and it doesn't look like an attack at all in the beginning. What they do, just this, somebody writes you something like, can you leave a review? Can I ask a couple of questions? I have completed you have completed the training, right? I saw you in this group and saw that you have completed this training in this school, so please, can you tell me, and start asking you something, you know? How was your experience? Actually, in the beginning, it sounds normal, right? I personally see this all the time. Messages coming from random places. It can be from some islands, Indonesia, who knows where else. And these are already a small red flags. You have to notice everything. But the conversation starts very calmly. No pressure, normal tone, polite questions, and the person thinks, well, it looks like a normal conversation. And they start replying you, you know. But now, here is the key. The scammers' first goal is not to steal from you immediately. First, they want to understand how open you are, whether you are engaged, how easy it is to lead you, how trusting you are. They are literally testing you, with every question they're testing you. They always observe, do you hesitate to end the conversation? Are you trying to be polite or not? Do you go along easily? These small details matter. And once they see that you are engaged, they slowly start introducing something else. For example, like an offer, give you a link or signal, discount, or maybe a useful opportunity, a third-party project, They they ask you to help with setups, some setups, or some invitation to move somewhere else. So they find a way, and that's it. You have already been pulled into their scenario. So here's the key takeaway I will tell you. Not every conversation actually is a scam, but if the topic starts shifting slowly, you should stop immediately, because good scams rarely start aggressively, they start with normal human interaction and only later turn into something else. And here is the actually the next block, which next scheme which I want to say about. It's important, and it's important for our community. I want to write it even down here. Important, yeah. So like this, the next one with the red, like this, the big ones. This one, scheme number 5. We are selling a video course with a discount. If someone offers you a discounted video course from our school, this is a scam. We do not sell standalone video courses like the ones people keep pushing in private messages. Just remember it. We don't sell it. Nobody. There is no our video lessons. You cannot find it anywhere. All of our video lessons are kept in private groups in a close community. And it's important to state this clearly, because scammers often exploit very simple human logic. Because scammers use a very simple logic. What people want? People want cheaper, faster, and easier. And so what they offer? They offer, here is a simplified version, cheaper, and many people fall for it because they hear the word discount. But real education is not some archive video sent in private messages or take it on sale, limited offer, or something like this. Real education is life work, involvement, community, practice, mentorship, feedback, growth inside of an environment, and inside of the team. Because the goal is not just to watch something. The goal is to learn and become a trader. That's the point. And when someone sells you a secret discounted video course, it's almost always a scam and useless content, or the beginner of a deeper scheme. So the rule here is very simple. It's very simple. If you are offered anything on behalf of our school outside official channels, that is already a signal to stop immediately and verify. And to verify what we do, we go to our official bot. I hope you understand this, okay? And now let's go deeper and talk about why people actually fall for this, because without understanding this part, the topic will be incomplete. Okay, so I want to talk right now about psychology of scammers. Because in order to understand, we need to know how do they think, what is psychology. We will look at why people fall for it, how scam psychology works as well. Let's go through this together, okay? We have seen many cases where even our own materials were stolen, video taken, compiled into one package and then sold cheaper, piece by piece. Why? Because it's easy money. Take the video, bundle them, sell them, why not? Because there are people who fall for it. That's exactly why we created this course, so our students are more prepared, so you understand how to behave inside our community, as well as in social media as well, in communication in general, It's not only in trading, it's in our day life. And at least so that inside our ecosystem, this situation don't happen. This is very important part. Many people, when they hear scam stories, they think, oh, how could someone fall for that? It's funny. But the truth is, it's very easy to fall for it. That's why these schemes are still alive. Scammers don't make money because people are stupid, They make money because they know how to hit the right emotions, just like I told you before. So let's break down the main emotions they trigger. Let's do this. Okay. First is fear. This emotion, actually, when they tell you, you have a problem, your account is at risk, urgently confirm, you will lose access, you must fix this now, urgent, And what happened? The person gets scared. And when you are scared, your thinking narrows. You stop thinking broadly. And you think in one direction. How do I fix this fast? That's it. And that's where they hit it. Okay, the second emotion, it is greed. Greed and desire for benefit. What is it? What does it include? It includes discounts, free access, signals, easy money, rare opportunity, exclusive conditions, Here there is no fear. Instead, the person feels excitement. Wow, what if I got lucky? And that's it. They're really inside the trap. This is the second emotion. The next one is urgency. Yeah, that's interesting. Urgency. What they do? Urgent, only now, last day, act fast, limited time. So this all words. This is emotion number 3, urgency. Why does this work so well? Because urgency kills analysis, just like in trading. You already know this. We always tell you, don't rush into trade. You remember? Analyze the chart, Prepare technically, don't jump in impulsively. But what happens? People rush and then see their mistakes. And the same thing here. So these rules, these emotions, actually they work everywhere, not only in one direction, in trading or something everywhere, in your daily life, in your relationship, in taking some decision, everywhere. Urgency. So let's go on. The fourth emotion is trust. It is trust, yeah. They create the feeling that you are dealing with one of us, for example, someone familiar, a team representative, an expert who sounds confident and calm. And the moment that trust is flipped on, because it's a switch, they flip, your defenses go down. That's why I want you to understand one crucial thing. The scheme doesn't work because it's incredibly complex. It works because at the right moment, a person just stops thinking clearly. That's all. And this is exactly what we urge you to do as we train you to be traders, to do everything with a cool head. As you scale up your volumes and trade, your psyche gets tempered, Yes, there is fear, there is stress, but we aim to guide you calmly through the burn-in process until you are battle-hardened, of course. And once you have been through that fire, you are ready for any situation. In short, almost any scam can be boiled down to a simple formula. And I want you to remember this. Just let's take a look at it. And the formula is emotion, urgency, action, loss. Just read it again and again. Emotion, urgency, action, and then you lose everything. Let's put it down like this. You see? And it makes sense, right? First, they stir you up emotionally. Then they force you to rush. Then you take action. And by then, it's too late. That's why one of the golden rules of security is never make decision while emotional. If you have been scared, excited, thrilled, rushed, or made to feel like you are missing out, you shouldn't speed up. You should step back and delay the decision. And that, colleague, is very mature actually position to take, because an adult in a dangerous situation doesn't start to fuss, he takes a pause. He begins to slow down, he begins to check. This is most important thing you must understand. And now, after all this, after psychology, I want to move to the most practical block. What exactly needs to be done to protect yourself as much as possible? Okay, let's move on to practical cybersecurity rules, colleagues. Now, let's speak very specifically, not just about schemes, but let's build a basic set of rules that really reduces risks. I think this is also important. And here I want you not just to listen, but to internally check yourselves. What form this you already do and what you don't. Okay, let's not just listen. Let's really pass this through yourselves. Okay, so Let me take this out. Here we go. Rule number 1. Here we go. Like this. Never share password and codes. Actually, it may sound very funny for all of us, but a lot of people fall for these guys. Trust me, believe me, that's true. They fall for it and we still encounter this. And this is the base. This is exactly where people most often burn. It's strange, but it is like this. A password is not just technical information. It is the key to your house, you know? A confirmation code is not just numbers, it is a permission to enter. And when a person says, "Oh, I only sent the code, I didn't send the password," he doesn't understand that the code is also access. Therefore, the rule is strict. Never under any circumstances share your passwords, SMS code, email code, app code, login confirmation, nothing. You don't show it on screen. Don't send it anywhere to anyone, you know, to no one. You need to remember this, okay? So let's move on. Rule number 2. You don't click links from private messages. Even if the link looks familiar, even if it looks like something you know. And by the way, where should you store your password? Do you know? I think everyone knows where a password should be stored. In your head, actually. Yeah, it is. That's the best storage, you know? So, even about the link, even the link looks familiar. Google Meet, even if the person writes confidently and calmly, you know, like I told you before, the link may lead to a page that looks almost identical to the real one. And the person thinks everything looks good, normal. And that's exactly the goal. So the best rule is, if you really need to go somewhere, do not use the link you were sent. Open the service yourself manually through the official way. Okay, I hope this is clear. Let's move on. Rule number 3. Here we go. Any doubt, go through the bot. This must become a habit. Through the bot. If you have doubt, write to the bot. Please don't start your own investigations, continue suspicious conversations. Don't think I will figure it out myself. Don't try to, to judge by intuition, you know. Don't try to play smart with this. You don't need that all. If there are some doubts, go to the official channel and verify. That's it. And this is not weakness, colleagues. This is normal security behavior. Remember this, please. Okay, rule number 4. Don't fall for too good offers. If you are, for example, if you are offered risk-free signals, you should understand that this is impossible. If you are offered courses, almost free courses, you know, or closed conditions, I don't know, special discounts in private messages, maybe some opportunity to earn without understanding the market, something unique and urgent. The first thing you should turn on is to excitement. Not wow, amazing, let's go, but skepticism. Because very often people are not broken through fear, but through the desire for easy profit. Button money, there is no button money. Free stuff. We all know these guys. Where there is free, people fall, and nothing else. Just remember, there is no easy money. Okay, rule number 5. This is a very actually useful habit. Enable two-factor authentication, 2FA. Wherever possible, enable it. It is not absolute protection, of course, but it significantly increases your security level. Okay, but and here is an important clarification. Actually, 2FA will not save you if you give the code yourself. Protection helps, but it doesn't replay your brain. So if it is possible, turn it on wherever you are. Okay, rule number 6. Rule number 6, use a separate email for important services. Yes, we talk about this a lot, especially in crypto. Just use your brain, please. Use a separate email for important things. This is already a higher level, but very useful. What do we mean? The email connection to exchange important services, financial accounts, should not be used everywhere. The less it is exposed, the better, especially for those of you working in crypto. I hope this is clear. Okay, rule number 7. You see how many rules there are. Use strong and different passwords. Yes, everyone says this. We all know it, but not everyone actually does it. Please do not use one password everywhere. Don't use simple words, birth dates, phone numbers, anything obvious, because if one account is compromised, the next step is to try the same password everywhere else. And if your password is the same everywhere, one mistake turns into a chain reaction. Okay, rule number 8. Do not delegate control over your decisions. And this is no longer just a technical rule, actually. This is more of a mindset thing, guys. The moment you start living in the logic of someone will tell me what to do, someone will show me where to enter, someone will guide me quickly, someone will give me a button to press, you automatically become vulnerable. Because security doesn't start with an app. And laziness also plays a role here, yes, of course. And it starts with independence. And now, at this point, I want to move to another important topic. Because it is directly connected both to security and to growth in trading. Just log this in, guys. We are doing this for you, so that next time when you face something like this, you are prepared and you know how to react. Okay, now let's look at a very clear topic. Why the desire for an easy path makes a person vulnerable. Why? Let's be honest, a huge number of scam schemes are built on one thing: the desire to take a shortcut, to make it faster, easier, without deep understanding, without responsibility, to just get a ready-made result from somewhere. That's all. And here it is very important to be honest with yourself, you know. If a person really wants to become a trader, if he wants to earn money, to make profit day by day, there is no path through signals, secret entries, magic assistant, you know, unique levels, some, I don't know, easy money without risk. Believe me, I've gone through all of this myself from zero to where I am now. There is only one path. Understand, learn, make mistakes, analyze, build experience, and of course, take responsibility. And this applies not only to trading, but to security as well. Because what does a scammer sell? Please tell me what? It's not a product. Actually, they sell an illusion. Yeah, it's illusion. The illusion that you don't need to understand, you can just connect, trust, copy someone, press a button somewhere and get a result, you know? But the market doesn't work like that. And real work online doesn't work like that. That's why cybersecurity is not only about password links and links. It's also about maturity. You need to build this internal position. I don't rush. I don't fall for it. I verify first. I don't look for freebies. I'm responsible for my actions. And the faster you reach this state, the harder is the harder it is to manipulate you, you know. Okay, now let's fix a very simple behavior model. What exactly should you do if a scammer has already contacted you, or you are not, and maybe you are not sure who you are talking to? Okay, so let's see about action algorithms. What should you do? First, don't panic. This is very important. Don't panic. You don't respond immediately. You don't justify yourself. You don't follow instructions right away, you know. You don't rush. So don't panic. This is important. Okay, the second step, you don't send anything. No password, no codes, emails, confirmation, personal data, no screenshots with some important information. You don't send anything. You don't go anywhere. You don't go, no links, no just checking, no curiosity clicks, you know, no calls, no login forms, no quick setups, no verification pages. You don't need any of that, please. Okay, so don't do anything. Step number 4, you fix the situation. What you do? You take a screenshot and you save the conversation. Not for the sake of arguing with the scammer, you know, but so you can verify the fact and warn others, just as we do in our community, colleagues. We share this so our fellow traders don't fall for the same trap. That's exactly why we must keep track of these stories and document them. So, step number 5. We already talked about it. Write to the official bot. This is the key step. Just highlight it, okay? This is most important one. Don't investigate in private chat. Don't continue the dialogue. And don't test how far it goes. You don't need all of this. Just go straight to the official channel and verify it. That's all. Step number 6, you should warn others if it's needed, of course, because the same scammer can message many people, and if you share it in time, you help not only yourself but also your colleagues and friends, you know. So actually, I want to give you a very simple formula for all of this, you know. Here we go. Stop, verify, bot. Okay, I just wrote it like this shortly. What you should do, you just, if something happened, somebody messages you, you just stop, then you verify, and then you go to bot. Not emotion, panic response, or action sum. Stop, verify, and bot. That's all. Nothing else. Okay, so now let's wrap this up. The most important thing I want you to take from this intensive, you are usually not hacked by force. You give access yourself if you don't understand the rules. The main protection is not just technology. The main protection is your behavior. How do you behave? How do you behave in this situation? If someone writes to you, don't rush. If they rush you, slow down. If they promise something, verify. If you have doubt, go to the bot. If they ask for password or code, that's already a red flag. And most importantly, don't look for shortcuts where you need thinking, discipline, and responsibility. If you want to grow in trading, crypto, or this field in general, don't look for a magic money button. You need to stop, grow stronger yourself, you know. We protect our community from mistakes, and that's why we repeat this thing many times. Don't think we don't want to scare you, but we want to keep your accounts, we want to keep your money and your peace in mind, you know, so you can continue growing without stupid losses. It's really stupid losses. If someone suspicious wrote to you, just write to the bot. If someone tried to scam you, also write to the bot. It helps. We can analyze that situation and warn another people, you know. As always, we communicate with respect. Scalping Trading School, we are always grateful to you, colleagues. And one more important point, do you remember that typical beginner mistake? People most often get caught not because they are weak, but because they make very human mistakes. For example, they replied out of politeness. Well, why not? The person is polite. They decide to just take a look. Or thought, well, email is not a password, I can give it. Or they sent a code because they thought it was just a formality. They didn't want to seem annoying, didn't want to bother anyone, so they didn't write to the bot. Or maybe they thought, it's probably one of ours. And it is exactly from these small things a big, huge problem is later formed. Okay? So, is all of this clear to you? I hope, colleagues. One more thing which I want to talk about, to say about. I think many of you heard about the red flags. Do you know what it is? What it is, red flags? Yeah, some of you know. Okay, look, what is red flags? If you hear some words like urgent, only now. Let me take it out. I have it here somewhere. Here they are. Urgent, only now, only for you. Don't miss it. Send the code, enter your data. Let's jump on a call quickly. We'll help you remotely. Don't tell anyone. All of these are very alarming signals. And these are called red flags. Just remember them. I will send it to our group. And for you, after this intensive, these red flags should already exist. The moment you see something like this in message, it should be like, it's like boom, one red flag, second, third, and you think, okay, wait, Scalping Trading School talked about cybersecurity, let me check. Oh, looks familiar. Okay, where's my bot? I will write it there, I will check everything. Okay, so the goal is to bring this reaction to automatic behavior. Switch, bot, switch, bot. And that would be perfect. Okay, so guys, if someone already made a mistake, the main thing is don't be ashamed and don't delay. And immediately change your password or terminate active sessions, change email accesses, enable or reconfigure two-factor authentication. Write to the bot, of course, warn the team, contact support. So, because the faster you react, the higher the chance to minimize damage, And remember a simple idea. A scammer is not always technically stronger than you. Often they just rely on the fact that you will react faster than you think. So your strength, remember this, is calmness, pause, verification, and the ability not to give access with your own hands. Strength is in calmness, in trading the same, and in security the same. And that's why in our community we push you into this state. We really care about everybody, about our students, our listeners, and we just want everything to be okay for you. What else would I like to say? I'm very glad actually to see all of you today. I hope this intensive was useful. Maybe some of you already knew this information. Maybe someone learned something new. But for us, as for school, it's important that you are prepared, both in trading and in your own security, and that you make decisions with a cold head, So stay alert, stay vigilant, and stay safe. Also, one more thing, when you are chatting with an account, look at when it was created, when the profile picture changed, when the name changed. Scammers often reuse, accounts and just keep changing names and avatars. If the account was created recently or updated recently, that's already suspicious. Yeah. So, colleagues, what I want to say thank you thank you all for being here, for spending your valuable time with me and our school. And I'm very glad I could give you as much information as possible. And once again, our school is growing very fast. Now we launch personal one-on-one mentoring and we are recruiting for advanced training, okay? We are moving forward and doing everything for you actually, and I believe many of you appreciate this free intensive and the education inside of our school. We are constantly developing and giving you more and more value, and one important thing I personally like about our school is that everything is based on our own statistics, We test everything ourselves over a certain period of time before giving it to you. That's why many students say each course becomes stronger, more complex, with more and more information. Of course, because it's based on real practice, as I said, real results, and real experience. All right, I think that's it. I hope this short intensive on security was useful for all of you, and we just want fewer mistakes, in our community, in your social networks, everywhere. So thank you again, colleagues. Let's wrap it up. Thank you all again, and I see you next time. Bye bye, everybody.